inversely proportionate to the number of people that you've served. So I would like to give a shout out for Thursday. It's report card day. And I noticed something huge from Victor. Victor, did you notice that? That Victor is strategically, I think Victor must have caught on to the strategy of building for income, because he got to Diamond and he started power building his profit center as Joe trained us. So he has a power leg and now he's heavy loading on his right leg. So I noticed a big jump on your team bonus this week, right, Victor?
Yeah. Well, that'll fuel the fire a little. Keep going. It's awesome.
That's just Carl Deichler's report card.
The reward of lots of hard work and plugging people in. So
good job, Victor.
Continuously, Victor has definitely been one of the leaders of continuously doing that, and you'll start to see some additional payoffs now that he's learning that system.
If you're on Victor's team, hold on tight. You're going to go for a wild ride. Do not leave Victor's team. It would be insane.
Awesome. Well, here we are. It is 6:05, so we better go and just hit the record button. And this morning, we are going to hear from our 2-star Diamond coach, All-Star. You're an All-Star legend, right?
Yes.
5 legend or 10 legend?
5.
SC5 legend. I'm sure, dang, you're SC10 legend, actually. So, Lisa has consistently been in there in Success Club and knows the importance of that. She has helped tons and tons of people since she joined us about 3 years ago. And she is Tina's personally sponsored coach, another one of Tina's Star Diamond coaches, which is wonderful. And she, she is our Team Aspire Love Award winner. She helps everybody out. She absolutely is one of those people that is in this business truly about caring about others and invests a lot of time and effort into others. And she has been very consistent with the team and never wavered. And I know she loves our products and our company, and we love being around Lisa. So I'm going to right now give you over to Lisa Burdick to talk about our plugging people into resources, third-party resources. Go ahead, our resources. Take it away, Lisa.
Thanks, Joe. That was awesome, that introduction. Appreciate that. So today we're just going to go over third-party resources. I didn't make any presentation or anything because there's really nothing to present except for just talk, and then I'll share my screen and maybe show you a few things that I use. I did put in our leadership, our Goal Digger page last night, 2 of the third-party resources. And what that means for new coaches is that when you start your new coaches off, you want to spend a lot of time with them at first. So usually, are one-on-one for about 30 days. But then after that, you want to teach them to be system dependent and not you dependent. So I always remember Tina telling me that when I first started, that you don't want them to be Lisa dependent. So what you have to do is make sure you teach your coaches where to find information if they have questions, because as you grow, it's going to be very hard to keep up with all the questions and to be able to get back to people right away, because everybody has busy lives. I mean, we all have our power hours, we all have our schedules where we schedule in our Beachbody time. So I'm not on my phone all the time, and it's hard not to be, but I can't. I have a family, I work part-time as a nurse. So it's really important to show people where to find the information if they can't find it right away. So of course the first thing is your Coach Online Office. That's one of your big third-party resources. So if you have a question, one of the things I use all the time, let me just screen share. I don't know if people have ever used, some people use this. I love it even more now because now, before we always had to call the customer service or coach relations to cancel anything, even cancel Shakeology, which of course we don't want to do. But sometimes my customers, I would actually do that for them because it was so hard to be online for so long. And I would just get all their information before I would call. But anyway, if you go into this faq.beachbody.com, I love this site. So what you do if you have any questions, you can just go to there. And as you can see on here on top, here, on top here, there's different things you can ask questions about. So if you have you're a coach, obviously we're all coaches here, you want to go to the Coach FAQ. And then there are different items there. But the best thing I love about this is that if you can't find the question you want, you do is contact us. And then you put in your information. It's going to ask you what your member type is, and then it's going to ask you what your question is going to be. And then this is open 24 hours. And then what you do is if you prefer to talk live with an agent, you hit contact us. And it's so great because you actually, it pops up into a live conversation with the service rep, and you guys can talk about your question and then hopefully get an answer. And then what I like about it too is that you're emailed the whole conversation so that you have proof if you need anything. If something doesn't work out, like you cancel Shakeology and you still get it the next month, you can call and tell people, well, this is who I talked to, so you have proof. So there's always a paper trail when you do the email and the live chat. When you call, there really isn't a paper trail on your end. I don't think they've never sent emails with the phone conversations. So this is one great thing. I use this all the time. But I do a lot of stuff here, even for my customers and coaches, if they need things changed or canceled. I try to do that for them just to save them some time. But again, I'm not huge with a team just yet. So that's one thing that I use. Another thing, of course, is YouTube. You hear us all talking about so many top coaches and learning from them. And I'm also like a lot of the coaches here where I'm always listening with either YouTube or podcast or something when I have my earbuds in all the time. But YouTube is a great third-party resource. So if you have a question, just put it in there, and every coach has made a video. So, and then the other one is, like I said, your Coach Online Office. And that's, the one area you go to, I like to go to the training area, which is under news and training, and then you click on training. And there's lots of information in there. Another one, of course, is a team page. So a lot of us have our own team pages. So a lot of them go into our smaller team pages, but team headquarters is, of course, our main page. But I wanted to show people, if they don't know this, I'm sure a lot do. But if you have a question, and a lot of the times the questions have already been answered, so you can use this search group button here. Let's say, team bonus. This is Joe's favorite. So you put in team bonus, and then what it's going to do is going to search all the conversations that have the word team or bonus. This is probably pretty long here. This is a nice picture. Goes into all the conversations that have had information about team or bonus. A lot of times people have questions about pregnant women and Shakeology. If you put in pregnant, you can definitely, our conversation will come up in that page of all the conversations we've had. So instead of asking right away, search for it first. If you can't find your answer, then of course ask on our team page, because that's what we're here for, is to help people with their questions. And of course, then you have your Shakeology site. And I want to go to this too, because when people always ask questions about Shakeology, I never take a lot of time with them. I just give them my site and tell them to go to the FAQ button at the top of the page. Some people don't know about the FAQ button, but that is like the main resource where all the questions can be answered. So this little FAQ right here, you go in there, and then this is all Shakeology questions. I mean, there's a ton. I mean, look, there's pages and pages and pages. And what's great too, I learned a lot just looking on here. I mean, they have stuff in stevia, and then they even have stuff, of course, on all the ingredients and in pregnancy. So that is another great resource. But this is where I tell people that want to know about Shakeology, or if they're comparing items. Or I had someone comparing Herbalife to Shakeology. I always say, just send them to your page. That way they have a knowledgeable resource instead of going to Google or YouTube sometimes and getting false information. Send them to your site so that they get the right information. And then yesterday, I put in our Goal Diggers page. This really isn't a third-party resource, but it's something I do to make it easier. They came up with this coach link generator. So when you have patients, sorry, I'm a nurse, so I'm always saying patients. When you have customers or coaches or whatever, that usually it's customers that want to order something. And there's a couple ways I do it. I usually use the mobile app now, but you can send this link. So if these are new customers, you can use the Coach mobile app. And what you do is you just put in your Coach ID. And tell you the truth, I don't need, it's optional, put your username in. I just put my Coach ID in. And then you can see all my Coach IDs are at the end of the links. So if you're trying to sell somebody a challenge pack, you hit that and then you just copy and paste this link into their message stream. And then it actually takes them right to your page and it's linked to you because you have your rep ID. So just make sure this is highlighted and you have the right rep ID in your link when you send it. So it just takes them right to that 3-day refresh and Shakeology challenge pack, and then they can make their choice in the Shakeology and they can check out. So they don't have to go through your site and get lost on your site because it's very intimidating for a lot of people to go on there. And then the other thing I like to use is the Coach mobile app. This is something that you download from the web, but it's awesome. So this is where you can actually sign up new customers only and new coaches. If you have a customer that converts to a coach, you can use the mobile app. All you need is their name and email, and you can use a phone number if you want. But this is a whole thing about showing how to enroll a new coach or a new customer. It's really easy to do. You put their information in, you ask them and you also need to know what Shakeology they want if they're ordering Shakeology. Right, you get the Shakeology flavor, you order it for them, they're sent an email, and then they have to confirm the email and pay for it. So this is just an initiating email. You don't do any payment for them, but so you have to make sure you follow up with them. Now that we have TeamC, that's a lot easier to make sure they completed it. But what's also cool too is that, I don't know if there's probably a picture down here somewhere, that you can actually track that they actually are doing what they're supposed to be doing. So let me just go down here, the status down here. You can click on the status and it's going to tell you if it's in progress, if they've opened it up, and if they've actually ordered. So you have proof that they did it. So those are some of the third-party resources that I use all the time to make things easier on me. And of course, on your team, like I said, it's okay to your coaches to ask questions. I mean, obviously you want to help them. But after that first month, you want to make sure, like I said, they become system dependent and they know where to look because you want them to teach their coaches how to do this too so that they don't get overwhelmed with all the questions either. So those are just a few of the things that I like to do.
Hey, Lisa, can you show, Victor asked the question where you get the mobile enroller again. Can you show?
Oh, yeah, I'll show you. Sure, Victor. I put it in the Gold Diggers page so we can always look for it. So it's under this one about the coach links. I put it in the message stream. Just click on this, Victor. And then it's going to tell you, visit this coachmobile.teambeachbody.com from a mobile device. And then it'll let you access that. So you have to go to a website. It's not an app, even though they call it a Coach mobile app. This is a tool. So you just go to this website, and then you can download it to your phone, and then you can actually make it it's not an app, but whatever it is, thing on your phone. So you can just click on it. So that's
a bookmark, Lisa?
What's that?
A bookmark, or you add it to your home screen?
Oh, yeah, home screen. I'm having brain fart because I'm still waking up here. So yeah, so just let me see if you can even see it because I have it.
I actually have it in Evernote. Forgot.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know why mine, I was just looking at my phone. I had it on before, but somehow it got eliminated. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's just I know mine's gone off and on before too, but it's just a little picture with his Team Beachbody coach on it for those that use their smartphones. It's just a picture you can click on, which is really nice. So, but yeah, like I said, you can't go in the App Store for that. It's not an app. So, let me see here. Any questions? Okay, so that's pretty much it. I mean, that's not really much to talk about third-party resources, but go ahead, Victor.
Where would you get the coach link generator in your own page?
Let me show you. If you want, Victor, just oops.
Google TBB411. It'll come up.
Oh, there you go.
TBB411. You'll see the Team Beachbody Coach link generator site, and then you can just use that and plug in your own Coach ID number. Then.
And then I did put it in Gold Diggers too, Victor. So you can actually, when you open that up, there's on the top URL, you can copy that link into wherever you're going. And that way you have the whole URL for that PDF. So, and then it just pops up.
Hey, Lisa.
Yes, Jesse.
Do you know the code for the coach opportunity webinar? I people have talked about it. I think in the last, I don't know, few videos.
The new one?
Yeah, I'm gonna, so we can have a quick access to it. Maybe somebody could post that. I went to look for it yesterday and I just couldn't find it. I don't know.
I wonder, is it on the coach link thing? It should be, because let me just look while we're on here.
Which thing did you ask about, Jesse?
The new
Where you do the coach opportunity webinar, where it walks through all the slides it has.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the PowerPoint.
That's definitely in the back office under my marketing or something.
Yeah, I know where it's at. I can show you right now, actually. If you want me to, I can show you.
Yeah, it'd be great. I didn't know where it was.
Yeah, 'cause I did my own too a while ago, but it is awesome. Let me get on here real quick. But it's under training tab.
Lisa's the perfect person to do this. I just learned so much. She's like,
Yeah.
knows all of these little.
Really? Oh, I was hoping I taught people knew something new. It's like,
I learned something new on every one of these calls.
I know. It's so much fun. I love it. I get to miss all you guys after 21 days.
No, we should just keep going.
I know. Lindsay, of course, had another great idea, and she was talking about doing this quarterly. Joe?
Yeah. Right before the quarter ends, and keep it kind of in the same system of like the challenge group push and then the sneak peek push or something. But
Oh, I love it. I
Yeah.
think this is awesome.
Are you following, Jessica? I'm sorry.
The question is this, I think for that, these are supposed to be push groups. So are we getting the results of a push group? That's the question.
Yep, we'll
How
have to
many
see.
people are making Success Club? How many people are enrolling 5 additional coaches during that push group? That's what we got to really be focusing on.
I know we had a couple in mind, Jessica Tukwa, who's been on here every morning and is an hour difference, and she has been using TeamZ like crazy.
Jesse, you see it?
I see it.
So it's under recruiting coaches. So you go to news and training. Sorry, Lindsay. And
That's
then
fine.
to training. And then you go down to recruiting coaches, and it's right here.
Perfect.
So yeah, I totally agree. We need to measure actual outcomes. So if leaders
you.
are on here leading, are we all Success Club 10? Are we all leading the way? Because we can't just be talking. We got to be doing. So are we leading Success Club charts? Are we enrolling new coaches? Are we as leaders earning promotions? So if we're not and we're showing the way, we should probably get off the training systems and go show the way and then come back and revisit this. Is that too harsh?
The push groups really got to be results oriented. I mean, there has to be, and you know what? That's good because you have periods where we go like this, right? And you really need that dedicated push where our team grows by X amount, and you get 100 new coaches enrolled in 1 month, or for a team of our size, 200 new coaches, or a team of some other sizes, it could be 50. But Eric Worre does when he does his stuff. They do what do they have? The 30-day push, and they have 20 recruits in 30 days, right? That's basically their minimum. 20 new distributors in 30 days. That's the expectation in a 30-day push period. So, I think that, like Tina said, I mean, you guys can all do what you want. This is your, y'all have your own teams. But for me and Tina, I think this is where we see some people taking off, and that's great. But keep that in mind. You can't just keep doing things with the same people and then them not adding to the team, them not actually enrolling other challengers, consistently showing others how to do it, and the team growing. And getting promotions. So
this is a huge, huge time investment for us to prepare for, get up for, show up for daily, because all of the leaders here, we all, team-wide, we all have busy lives. So it's a huge time investment, and I would absolutely love to have results that warranted monthly. I would like to do this every other month. But if we're not moving anyone, we just gotta take a look at that. I know I was moved in this. I know.
And it might not be something that's totally training like this. It's literally, again, getting back to what we said originally, which was Team Z, do the invites, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Show, because the invites is where the productivity happens.
I think the planting of the seeds too, because that's going to start the flow, and then, that takes 30, 60, 90 days to get that to come to fruition. So
People
hopefully
got
connecting,
yep.
and then they're going to be able to invite and build a relationship, and it's just going to keep rolling. I know I'm seeing that on my team.
And the follow-up, Fortune being in the follow-up, which we taught, of course, the follow-up process is so important. But just people showing up every day, not just, once. This is 21 days, and people have done a nice job of showing up, especially the people on this team. But there's 40 people who haven't shown up, remember? And there's 1,650 others who still haven't shown up. And it's every single day, whether or not we're on camera, that's actually important.
This challenge actually ends. Look how cute I am, Lindsay. I can actually look at my calendar that you made me do, and I can see the challenge ends. She didn't make me do. She taught me the value of planning. But this ends on the last day of Goal Diggers, the 12th. So I asked who among the leaders is going to have Success Club 10 locked down before then, or Success Club 5. Because as leaders, if we aren't doing that, we are not modeling what success looks like.
Yep. Victor?
No, I'll have it.
Good. Awesome.
I think actually that this thing was beneficial this time for us. So I think we have a lot more tools to build our teams better. And I think that we should be doing it quarterly, because I believe that what's going to happen based on what we've done is that we're all going to grow and push our teams to do better. So we should shoot for it. If we don't have it, then maybe not do it. But I think that we should just put it on and say we're doing it because we are going to be better.
Well, here's where we're coming from. I think Tina and I, you guys have all been around us forever, right? and so now we see Victor, Lindsay, Lisa, Jesse, others growing, Lindsay, and you have all the tools. And it's easy to copy paste these magnificent tools and run those push groups. But the point is push, right? You gotta show your teams to push and make sure that your team is showing up, not just you showing up. You've proven that you show up, right? Your team has to show up. I think that was a, where did I just hear this? I think Lisa wrote me a note, or somebody wrote me a note about the Team Z webinar. Oh, it was Holly that wrote a note about the Team Z webinar last night, where she said, oh, there's a rating system in Team Z about where you rate your people of 1 through 5 stars. And you mean that you don't spend your time with the turkeys, the ones, and that's something that's very important to know, that if your all stars are going to be showing up every day, those are who you spend your time with. That's who you grow your team with. Yeah, Lisa, great job on these third-party resources. These are all very important things, like she said, not not using yourself to be the resource. It'll wear you out, gang. I mean, it will really wear you out. You spend your time with your coach initially and sponsoring your coach, because our responsibility is to sponsor coaches, not sign them up. So we want to make sure they have all the tools. But I like to also point out, plug them into a system, which I'm sure Julene talked about yesterday, but I'm sorry I didn't get to see it yet. But plugging people into a system and making them take the first steps and showing that they can do and handle the first steps. I gave something to our team from Sarah Try, who posted, something from the Central Region Board, and she has about 7 things they go through, and she says, I don't get on the phone for an individual call until they go through these 7 things for my new coach getting started right call. And it's because she has to see that they're willing to go through and follow the system. And so systems duplicate, systems scale. And does everybody know what scale means? It means, as Lisa said before, when you grow, your time doesn't grow. When you are growing, you have all these people, and you have the same hours in the day that you had before. So you can't spend the same amount of time with people that have been with you 10 days ago, 30 days ago, 60 days ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, because if you're doing your job, you're recruiting and you're consistently talking to people, new people, then it doesn't scale to spend your time with the old people and teach them the same things over and over. So the only thing that scales is a system. So you can plug people into a system, and that is what scales. It can go to any level of people. And so that's why we use a new coach questionnaire. It's a pinned document in Aspire. People run through a process. They don't do 1 through 4. I mean, they're not getting on the call, right? Because they can't do the first steps of even the welcome and setting up their websites. That's just a bad sign. That people are so afraid. They need to be pointed in the direction of personal development. Read this, get over your fears. Do something, because that'll just be a constant battle. But maybe they just decided, I don't want to do all this. I want to continue being a customer or a discount shake. That's cool too, of course. Let them do that. But plugging people into a system is what duplicates. You don't have all that time. And plugging people into these resources. Google, YouTube is your friend. Making sure that people know Coach Online Office Chat and the 1-800-COACH Relations number. Going to YouTube and finding any training from any top coach. They usually have theirs days numbered, day 1, day 2. That's how we started off. I mean, as you know, we copied Tommy's, and then our Emerald Factory. I just simply went and I discovered Mindy Wender's, 14-day Emerald training, and I literally copied the content of that and created our first, and then evolved that to involve everybody for Emerald Factory, but that's where it originated from. And all these things or of course the Coach Training Academy, which is ultimately the easiest thing to do, is plug people into Coach Training Academy. Actually, the easiest thing to do, to be honest with you, is plug people into teamaspire.com/training, day 1 through 7. That's the absolute easiest thing to do. And it scales. The website's there, anybody can do it. We can't duplicate ourselves. We don't have the time. People need to be CEOs. They joined a business. They joined a franchise. When you are a franchise owner, you go to McDonald's U, right? And you get a system, and you bought that system, and you go to McDonald's U for 30 days, and you learn their system, and then you take the system back. We have a system, and we can't grow our other franchisees if we're spending it with that one franchisee. Our job is 80% of your time, here's where people go down. I will tell you this, they go down is when their time is spent with existing people. 80% of time has to be spent talking to new people every day. All right? It's not talking to existing people. Those existing people are already in your system. And if they want something, if they're being entrepreneurs and business owners, they're going to find it with these systems. These are adults, business owners, entrepreneurs. They're supposed to be. And we got to teach them that they're not employees. Employees get told what to do every hour and have a task to do. We're entrepreneurs. You find things. You look, you scrape, you scratch. The resources are there, and you figure things out. What did they say, Jesse, about figuring things out at the men's event?
You just got to do it.
Everything is figure-outable.
That's it. Figure-outable.
Everything is figure-outable. And sometimes you got to be a toughie and say, figure it out. That's why when somebody posts questions in the team page about objection handling, you know what? The first thing we give people is GoPro. GoPro is the resource. It has absolutely everything in it. GoPro is a third-party resource. How do you objection handle? Go to the page and resource. Did you read GoPro? Now, go ahead and tell us, now that you asked that question and you took all of our time, right? Go tell us what the answer is in that resource so you can teach everybody at the same time. And now what did we do? We taught somebody to go look at the resource. And then we also taught them that, you know what, our time is valuable too. And there's a lot of people who've done all this work already. And you know what? You shouldn't be any different. You got to teach people how to use third-party resources because, you know, it takes everybody's time in the team page when the reality is most of the time it should be an individual looking something up with a third-party resource, right? So plugging people into systems and resources is what's scalable and what teaches people how to duplicate the absolute best and fastest. That's where you're going to find your teammates, is those who are willing to go out and do it and make mistakes and keep doing it and making mistakes and keep doing it and making mistakes. Definitely, you know, the team engagement, people asking questions is a great sign. And that's how we know that people are engaged, they're involved, and they're engaged. But we still got to teach them how to find and use resources. So great call. Thank you very much, Lisa. Appreciate it. Remember, systems duplicate. You do not. Okay? Is that a good takeaway, Lisa?
Yes, and I just want to let you know, I did put that Coach Opportunity PDF, which goes with the Coach Opportunity PowerPoint presentation. I did put those under the Zoom link. So if people want to find it easier instead of going to the back office, if people want to make their own Coach Op presentation to do their own webinars, it's all under the Coach link, the two links to access those.
Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Yep. All right, so now it's Teamsy time, or it's actually invite time, right? I'm going to sign into Teamsy right now. Pull up my contacts. How many people on this call are using Teamsy? Whoops. Oh, I almost cut off the, wow. I hit the X button. I almost cut everybody out. Can I see the hands again? How many people are using Teamsy? Wow, that's a good chunk. Great. It's just an incredible resource for us to save time. And again, that's something that's scalable, right? It's a third-party resource. Keeping a list, putting your contacts in, having a system for power, for your power hour, showing, you know, just dedicating your time and focus. What you focus on, you get good at. having the dedicated power hours of new people. New people, so important. Who's got? Well, I always just invite to the business.
I was just about to ask you something about that, Joe. Did you
Okay.
see the post that Mark Clinic put in the men's training area?
I think so. The sample invite.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what it said though. Remind me. I know it's some dude named Marcus or something like that. I can't remember what it said.
Yeah, I just got it. I'm sending it out to like 4 or 5 dudes today, but I'll post it in the Gold Digger area real quick. But I thought it was pretty good.
I'll go find it and read it right now. All right, so Mark said, let's see. All right, if you were asked for ideas for cold business invites. Never had a conversation with this guy, never liked and commented. I just know that I've seen him in groups that he's in. So Mark's in a group and he sees this guy around, but he doesn't know him. He's never had a conversation. He said, the lesson from this invite, if you never reach out, the answer is always no. Hope this helps give you some ideas. Hey, Marcus, how's everything going? I'm glad we're connected here on Facebook. I love seeing your post. Hope you're having a great week. Real quick, I wanted to reach out because I'm in the process of expanding my business. And when I thought of people who are hustlers, who I know who are afraid of a little hard work and would possibly be open to the idea of making more money, I thought of you. I honestly thought about not writing you because I did not want to be too forward, but decided that it didn't hurt to ask, and if you didn't want to make any decisions for you. So I'm curious, would you at all be open to a side project if it didn't interfere with what you currently do? Boom. Brand new, no knowledge, or doesn't know this person personally. On Facebook, think about that, 300 million people that you could do this to. His answer was, of course, I am always interested in new opportunities. What do you have in mind? And thanks for reaching out. I wish more people took that initiative. Ha!
Crazy.
So think about that, gang. I wish more. I'm glad you reached out. So here we all are, afraid to reach out to people, right? Because we think we're going to do something, we're offending them or whatever. A perfect stranger, like I said, they're not going to show up at your funeral, right? They're not paying your bills. A perfect stranger. And Mark sent that. And the answer was, yeah, I might be interested. Can you expect any better than that from a perfect stranger? If you did that 10 times a day, 20 times a day to a perfect stranger, how many people over the course of time would you have? Now, I'm going to show you guys something that I did yesterday. So that's how you introduce the business opportunity, gang. That's how easy it is. And then do you know what you do? Great. He says, yeah, I'd be interested. What do you have? And you know what you say then? You say, you know what? I've got to run right now, so I can't take too long. But how about if I give you my team opportunity video and let you take a look and see if this might be something for you? It'll take about 20 minutes. He's going to say, yeah, that sounds good. And you say, great. When will be a good time for me to follow up with you? Well, I could probably watch it tomorrow. Great. So if I talk to you tomorrow night, you'll have watched it? Yes. Great. Boom. Send them the video. Boom. That's all in Eric Worre. All Mark is doing is what I do everybody, like, every day, Eric Worre. That is a cold market invite. That is the easiest thing to do. I'll give you guys an example of what I did yesterday to a woman that I didn't know either. And it was amazing because it started a great conversation. Her name was Debbie O'Brien. All right, Debbie, let's see. And we all think that people don't want us to ask or that they're going to do bad things, but I think this is a great part. We didn't do enough of this training, which is role playing basically. I said, hey, Debbie, how are you? You're an amazing fitness inspiration and example, and obviously a very smart person. I was curious, when it comes to your fitness career, do you keep your income earning options open? Thanks, Joe. How many of you can say that? Like, oops, I gotta get back on screen. How many of you think you could say that? I mean, you think you can find people who are just, because they're in fitness groups, or they post something about workouts, or they post something about clean eating, they post something about food. Do you think then that that's a good indication that they have an interest in what we do? Boom, probably no better indication than that, is it? So I'll put my invite that I used yesterday. How many people want to use this and send this or something like this out to people? I wonder if I can. This is all day long. I mean, this is literally all day long.
Joe, I just posted that. What Mark put, I just posted that in the Gold Diggers Gary.
Okay, great. And I'll post mine below it. And here is something wonderful. I'll show you what her response is. And again, we have it in our heads that people don't want to hear from us. But here's the thing. What's the formula from Eric Worre GoPro? Compliment, be in a hurry. You know what most people do? They send shit without complimenting first. Do you know what Mark did in his?
Compliment.
He complimented first. People always respond when you compliment them.
But also he was in a hurry. It said real quick. So that just shows it's like, hey, real fast, I just wanted to reach out to you.
Exactly. People don't want to get caught up in chat. And that, normally I actually send my wife and I, is what I say. And I say, hey, I hate to be, real up front, or this forward, but I know what my wife goes through on Facebook with guys, so I just want to let you know I'm all about a business opportunity, and I wanted to let you know up front about that. So would you have any interest in making additional income working part-time from home in fitness? And they reach out to me most of the time, and you know what they say? Thank you for being upfront. Because women do not want to hear from men. They just don't. They say, thank you for being upfront. I let them know I mean business. My wife and I do this. We're building a substantial business. Here's what Debbie said to me. Hi, Joe. Thanks for the compliment. At this stage in my career, I'm minimizing my involvement to my core business. The company I was an executive with for 9 years went public last year, and I decided to take a small part of my stock and enjoy a small personal business. I'm blessed to have my financial future secure at this point, so I can enjoy life a little after 22 years of corporate America. With that said, I'm always looking to help others in fitness and wellness. What did you have in mind, Beth?
Nice.
So, dudes, can you believe that a perfect stranger, now all of a sudden I realize, oh my gosh, this woman is a corporate executive and she's rich. How influential is she? Can you imagine how many opportunities we pass up on because we're afraid to offer the business opportunity to people? Here, Josh Spencer put that thing in the other day. And all these examples, by the way, if you look at our teaminspiredtraining.com and the business page I created, I have 500 examples of one-liners to send to people. Copy paste, man, copy paste all day long. I have them memorized, so I can just easily write these things, so I just do them. But go to the teaminspired.com/training and go to the BizOp page, and you're going to see role playing. You're going to see everything on there. You're going to see exactly how to offer the business opportunity. And if you do that 100 times, you're going to get so comfortable with it. It's like, who do you want as team builders? Who have we discovered that are team builders on our team? People who want to make $1,000 or more per month. They need something different in their life. They need to reach a different level. They need to pay off debts. They need to leave work, stay at home with their children. They need to get out of a job they hate. They need to, so it's not so much about, I want to, you know, live like a millionaire. It's they hate something, and this will give them an opportunity to avoid that pain. And, you know, student loan debt, anything else. Anybody that has done something on our team has been people who have a really strong desire to make some additional income to avoid the pain. I mean, Lindsay Cheatham is a great example of that. And so, man, y'all watch Josh Spencer's? Did you all watch Josh Spencer's video?
Yep.
I mean, I've been saying this for a long time. You guys see, I don't run challenge groups. I just don't. I like to build things. I like to teach people how the team works and how to make money. If you're a woman asking a man, you should probably understand how to build the business so you can talk to the man about making money, right? If you're talking to a man, that's what you should be talking to him about. How guys like to build things and create things. And traditionally speaking, guys are, you know, they're going to be very proud. They're going to be the ego ones that have the responsibility they think in their minds. I know there's some kick-ass women, but they think in their minds they're the primary breadwinner and that's their tradition and they have to do that for the family. Whereas women, again, love language and men are from Mars, women are from Venus, are mostly thinking security, nurturing, taking care of others, and just having enough so that there's no stress, right? So that's really goes into our challenge groups. This is why Josh is saying, guys don't run challenge groups, man. They just don't. They're not going to respond to that. They want to build something. They like numbers. Me and Tina are so different. She does not like numbers at all, and I love numbers. Well, she comes from a place of helping people and loving young people, right? And I like the team building side. But you know, it may not be your strength, but you got a team to plug into to understand how to use that. So I just gave an example, but that's how I get my, you know, stuff done every day is just sending out this business invite like that. That's what I do.
Yeah. No, I like it, Joe. I wasn't even reaching out to guys very often, but you know, that's what I'm doing. All the guys. I don't do anything about challenge groups. I don't even bother to ask them. I mean, that just feels awkward anyway. Another dude asking a dude for me anyway, to, you know, join a challenge group with me.
Can I add to that too? As a girl, if someone would have asked me to participate in a online health challenge group, hell no. I was never part of that. I would have never joined. But I'm like a girl with some dude mind in a way. I'm a very girly girl, but I think like I would have never ever joined a challenge group. I might have said, go ahead, put me in there, and then after a day I've been like, no, I got this. I know how to turn on my PC. But I love helping people because I've learned to help people through watching Lindsay. I'm copy and pasting Lindsay every day because my way wasn't helping more people, because not everyone thinks like me and just wants to open up the DVD and pop it in and not talk to anyone about doing that. That to me just wastes more, you know, for me, I would think, I got too much to do to be talking to you about popping in my DVD and moving. But Lindsay has shown me in her groups that, by being kind enough to open them up, that a lot of people need that. They need someone to help them and support them and cheer them on. And that's what I'm here for, to help support and cheer them on. So I'm so grateful for letting me see how that, because I don't know who all is in my 21-day fix group, but the new activity level you see going on there is strictly because I'm copying and pasting Lindsay McGuire, because she's showing that she's helping more people.
Absolutely. I mean, we need both. You need both on your team to have your team grow and to have volume going through your team.
Yeah.
And what I'm suggesting is that understand your audience and who you're speaking to. Okay. Understand how they're going to look at it. Say, for example, that you have somebody who, maybe they're a teacher and they're used to making $45,000 a year. Well, they're not going to see $200,000, right? But can they see an extra $1,000 a month? Yes, right? And maybe they're a personal trainer and maybe they're making, $50,000 a year, maybe less. I don't know if personal trainers make $25,000 to $75,000, I think. So can they see, 6 figures as a personal trainer? No. But if you're talking to me initially, right, and you knew I was a banker and you knew like what was going to turn me on, what's going to get people's interest to say, okay, I'm willing to take my time away from this to do that.
I want to point out something too, Joe. Something just hit me, when Tina was just talking, and I don't know, but it was just it's just like an aha thing. But, when you look at Tina's page, and guys, and if you really have studied what Tina does and you really see how her page comes across, when you first go to her page, you see this header, and then you see these really good pictures, and you say, okay, well, she's some kind of business lady. She's got something going on. But when you look at her post, you see family. You see now she's doing her little fitness stuff, with it. So really, what it looks like is she has her business, but she's also doing a lot of fun stuff. So she's relatable in that way, but she still has this business sense where people are like, I wonder what she does, because it doesn't really say what she does. So they're curious.
In other words, it's not just playing on Facebook.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. It's not just, if you go to some people's page, you're just like, it's all over the place. But you go to her page, it's organized. You see, okay, she here's her business. Then you have all this other cool stuff that she is doing. So it's like a magazine type thing. So you're watching, oh, this is cool. Here's her family. Here's the kids. Here's some workout stuff. What's this about? Now she's having some kind of little fun thing going on. I want to see what that's about. So it's interesting. So if you guys, seriously, go study that. Go look at and see what she's doing, because Tina's what she's doing. She's just modeling what she's learned from other people as well. But you have it right there in your face. You have what she's doing. So if you guys are really, and it's all about branding. It's just like what Joe was talking about with Josh Spencer for the guys. Check out his branding. Look how he's doing it. He's got a certain header, things he's talking about, live, things like that. So, try to figure out what that branding is for yourself and how you can bring that incorporate into your business. And then, go out and send out these invites that you're doing right now that we're talking about today. Because honestly, I wasn't sending these kind of invites out. I was just sending out, certain, either to my challenge group or just, hey, how's it going? But just kind of keep that in mind.
I want to point out that, great points. And Jessica Huron just said, that's me too, Tina, would rather grow the business. And so that's rather unusual. So Jessica, you gotta learn how to present the opportunity. You gotta learn how to present the business opportunity. You gotta learn to do what Lindsay and Lisa and Lindsay are doing, and so that they occasionally get in the business opportunity. You might want to be sending more. Lindsay McGuire was with us, I think she looked at me with 3 eyes before she got comfortable with me in the first year, right, Lindsay? Because that wasn't your thing. You loved the fitness part of it. But now you realize, wow, to keep growing, I'm going to have to show them to duplicate. So that's how she duplicates the business, is showing them through the challenge and the fitness programs. But that speaks to her, and she's speaking to her audience. And that's why she's connecting really well with her audience too. I have a feeling that Lindsay McGuire is not going after guys like me. You know what I mean? So Lindsay, you want to talk about that a little bit?
I didn't hear the first part of what you asked, though. Sorry.
Well, like in the first year, when I was talking business and you really didn't understand the business model, you were looking at me like I had three eyes. So you just really wanted to talk, like fitness is your thing. But luckily you loved it enough and you saw the results yourself. So you hung in there and then you started learning a little bit more and getting comfortable more and more with the business as we went along, right?
Yeah, I was actually comfortable with inviting people to the opportunity. I did it like crazy because I was so freaking excited about all of it. I didn't understand how to step back and duplicate that well and plug them into systems, you know. So that's why I took a step back a little bit and tried to set up my systems that worked for us. And now we're able to roll with that and help with the duplication part. But yeah, for me, I fell in love with the product. It changed my life. And I am going to do everything with my soul to help every other mom feel the same way, you know, and I have on my team, and they get into the challenge groups and they've changed their lives, and they're the ones that stick with me and, you know, through thick and thin. And I don't know, that's just the way that I believe the ones that really get their lives changed by these products and believe with them with their heart and soul, then they stick through it, you know, in a hard time.
The key word you just said to me right there was mom. So you brand yourself to be with moms, and that's who relates to you because you know what moms go through, right?
That's my team. Yep. Well, most of them. Yep.
Right. So and that's what's duplicating. So, you know, I've got to invite on the business side. I mean, I really do. That's my thing. That's what I relate to. I'm not going to be looked at as Mr. Fitness and Mr. Nutrition by anybody. So I'm either going to be a mentor to those who are fitness and nutrition, like a Lindsay Cheatham, and I'll share her story. I'll share her picture where she graciously, you know, one day just popped up this wonderful picture of us in Las Vegas, and it says, Team Inspire mentor, my mentor, Joe Gonzalez. And I use that picture when I talk to people and say, I mentor women in the fitness business. And that's how I relate to women. You know, I say my wife and I mentor young women in the fitness business. And so thank you, Lindsay Cheatham, for unconsciously putting that picture out there, but you know I use it all the time. And then I gradually taught Tina, or I did teach Tina the business, but also Lindsay the business side of it, because that's not like what they love, or their actual numbers aren't their thing in structuring. So we got to go with our strengths, but, you know, use a team and plug into a system for your weaknesses too.
You definitely need to know both parts of those, though.
Yeah.
We're fitness consultants and we're business mentors, and we have to understand that we're both of those for sure.
And so definitely understand that teaminspire.com/training, the business presentations. There's so many examples of these one-liners to go out there and start, you know, introducing it to cold prospects. Now, to the warm prospects, to people who are already in your challenge groups, it's easy to convert customers to coaches who are having success. We've been going through that process. I'm talking about whole business partners or just guys. Okay, really. And some women. I mean, again, you're going to get an occasion. So, let's see, 7:03, and my team D is up, and what I'm again doing, I'm following up is how I'm doing it. I did finished February's yesterday, so now I'm up to my March to get people in an order, so not forgetting people. And it's crazy. I had that Debbie person marked, and she's been on my friends list since like January or something. And so she's seen me around, but I didn't go out and talk to her right away. So at least she was responsive to my invite that I just shared with you. So,
Hey, Joe.
yeah.
I just want to touch on, I don't know if everybody's seen the post I posted yesterday about Team Z doing the update, adding that new
Tags.
Yeah, for tags and things. So guys, make sure you guys go look at that.
Yep. Follow that so you understand how tags are used versus groups, and groups have become but who's the little one? Where's that coming from? I hear
That's Lindsay Cheatham's little one.
Sweet. Sweet. Adriana, good morning.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know I was on.
It's okay. Your picture keeps popping up. That's the only reason I knew.
Good morning.
Nice. All right. Well, good deal, gang. I appreciate it. And thank you, Lisa Bernick, for leading that and giving people the access to these wonderful resources, okay? And scalable resources, new people every day, 80% of your time, plugging people into a system, right?
Definitely.
Bye.